Well, what did I tell you? What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your favorite mask collector's favorite mask collector, AJ Good, here at the House of Masks, where we unbox and review cool stuff almost every single day. And guess what? In today's video, we are in fact unboxing some cool stuff. One cool stuff, to be exact. Now, I told you guys when the Halloween season ended that the Halloween season wasn't actually going to end. Maybe for the real world, but for us here at the House of Masks, every day is Halloween, and I really mean that. So we are keeping the Halloween spirit alive by unboxing something very cool and very Halloweeny. So I'm trying to think if I should pull the piece out and show it off before I tell you guys the story, or if I should tell you guys the story and then pull the piece out. But I think it might make a little more sense if I pull it out and show it off first and then explain everything. So I'm going to go ahead and dig on into the box here. This box comes to us from a viewer of the channel, Mr. Joshua Cubitt, who hit me up while at a costume shop in Wisconsin, asking if there were any pieces in that costume shop that I saw that I would like for him to grab for me, and this thing definitely caught my eye. So it looks like there is a note on the inside, or maybe just a blank sheet of paper, but it does look like there is maybe a painting. Ooh, this is sick, dude. I think that I'm going to wait to show you this until I show you guys the piece itself, because it's a painting of the piece and it's super cool. I just want to make sure that I'm not missing anything else in the box. I don't think that I am. So we can discard the box and we can get to the main piece. Now, it was shipped very, very well. Always appreciate that. And here we have the mask. So I am going to give you guys the first look at it as I pull it out of the bag there. So here we have what is known as the Cesar Cruella. And you guys might not be able to understand why it's called Cruella, but I am going to explain that to you. Now, at first glance, this mask might just look like some sort of weird Michael Jackson mask, or even the mask of like a drag queen. Whatever you do, AJ, don't say you don't want to get canceled for that again. But this is actually Cesar's take on Cruella de Vil from 101 Dalmatians. And believe me, it took us way too long to figure that out. There just don't seem to be any sort of catalog photos or even tags that have the name of this mask out there, and I don't understand why. But yeah, what we have here is the Cesar Cruella, and I got a little bit of a story that goes along with this piece in particular. Now, a few weeks back, we paid a visit to Foy's like we do every year. However, this year was a little different because somebody tipped me off about like a secret version of Foy's that existed this whole time, and I was lucky enough to bump into an employee of Foy's that was actually a viewer of the channel, and I asked them if they could get us into that secret shop, and he said yeah. Well, he took us down there, and I ended up leaving with a couple different pieces, and this was one of those pieces. I didn't buy it for any reason other than the fact that I saw a cool mask on the wall and I liked it. I had no idea what this mask was, what it was supposed to be, what it was worth. I just saw the mask, saw 20 bucks on the price tag, and figured, you know what? That's coming home with me. Now, my buddy Mike Covert, the mask wizard himself, said, hey, I've got a friend that's looking for that mask and he's willing to pay you a pretty penny. I said, I don't know, man. I didn't really buy the mask to flip it. I just bought it because I liked it. Well, after some negotiating, Covert told me that this guy was willing to pay almost $400 for this mask. And I said, bitch, that's a good deal. I just couldn't really turn that down. I paid $20 for this mask that didn't mean a whole lot to me outside of the fact that I got it on a cool trip and it looked cool. And if somebody was willing to pay $400 for it, that means that they appreciated the mask a little more than I did. So I went ahead and sold the mask. Well, wouldn't you know that while that deal is being made, I'm out in Vegas with my buddy Tyler Burgess for his debut show for his new band American Monster, and I get a DM from Joshua over in Wisconsin, and he's like, yo dude, I'm at this costume shop right now. I'm gonna take some photos and videos and show you what's in here, and if you see anything you like, maybe I can try to scoop it up for you. And this thing immediately caught my eye. I said, hey dude, see if they want to sell this, and if it's under 60 bucks, I'll take it. Just let me know and then give me your Venmo or your Cash App and I'll get it taken care of. He goes back the next day and he's like, well, they don't want to sell it, dude. They said that's a rental and they're not selling any of the rentals. And I was like, dang, that sucks. And then 20 minutes later, he shows me a picture of this thing in the bag with a receipt. And he's like, hey, they actually said that they would sell it. This thing doesn't ever get rented. And I was like, cool. How much do I owe you? And he's like, honestly, it was pretty cheap. I'm gonna go ahead and take care of it for you because I want to send something in and support the channel. And there you have it. The story of the House of Masks and the Cesar Cruella mask. That is just really, really cool. It's like it was meant to be. Everybody wins. Normally, I'm not into flipping. It's not my thing. I don't think that it's very cool, and I don't really appreciate people that do it. However, as I mentioned, I wasn't going to say no to $400 for a piece that I picked up for really no reason other than to grab it. And then the universe gave back to me by being kind and selling that piece to a guy that obviously wanted it pretty bad by rewarding me with another piece of that exact mask. Now, I have this weird sentiment with this mask, and it actually does mean something to me outside of just looking cool and being purchased on a cool trip. It's not just some old Halloween hunting mask anymore. It's a mask that means something to me, and I think that that's rad. So, there is the story. Now, if you're still wondering why this is called Cruella, let me show you. This is what the mask originally looked like, but Cesar ended up doing a couple different versions of it, including this flesh tone version of the mask, which I personally think is like the coolest thing ever. So, if there's anybody out there watching this video that happens to know where one of those is and wants to make a buck, let me know. I would happily buy one for a decent price because I think that thing is rad and would look really, really good on a shelf next to this one. So yeah, dude, just a cool mask with a cool story, and hopefully by making this video, the cool story will continue and get cooler and cooler. No idea why this mask is so rare and so sought after, but I'm pretty happy that I crossed paths with it.
And by the way, what a beautiful copy this is. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. The only thing is that little spot right there on the forehead, which is just adhesive from some sort of sticker that was on the mask. I can easily wipe that off. Everything else is perfect. No rips, no tears. The paint is great. Full head of hair. This is just a really cool, classic old mask.
And I'm pretty happy to be making this video for you guys right now. So, thank you guys very, very much for watching. I definitely appreciate you, and I hope that you have enjoyed it. Now, before we go, I have to give one last big shout out to Joshua over in WI. Why did I say WI instead of just saying Wisconsin? I don't know. Honestly, I'd rather call it Wisconsin, like T-Pain.
Put you in a mansion somewhere in Wisconsin.
Anyway, massive thank you to Joshua. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. This mask will not be going anywhere. I definitely appreciate the gift, the sentiment, the story, all of that, and I'm happy to have this thing. Now, with all of that being said, we just have one more thing left to do, and that is to give you guys some nice up-close hero shots of this piece so you can see it in all of its beautiful, vintage, freaky glory, and that will be that. Make sure that you guys are subscribed. We are getting extremely close to 200K, and I will catch you guys in the next one. So until next time, this has been AJ Good here at the House of Masks, telling you to say no to drugs and alcohol, and yes to full circle masks, and we will see you guys in the next one. Oh, dude, I'm an idiot. Okay, hang on. Hey, it's me, professional YouTuber AJ Good, just back here doing a great job at my job. I totally forgot to show you guys the painting that Joshua included of the mask. So, check this out. Here's the mask. Here's the painting. How sick is that? I didn't even really get to take like a good look at it. I saw it kind of peeking out of there, and when I pulled it out, I was like, oh, that's sick. I'm going to show that off. And then I failed to do so. So, sorry, my bad, but here it is. That is so sick, dude. So cool. I gotta figure out a cool place to put that. I almost like the painting more than the mask, but yeah, dude, just wanted to make sure that I included that. I got around to the other side of the table, realized that I had this flipped over, and I have a few other sheets of paper on the table, so I just thought that that was notes from a different video or something, but it was this sick painting. So, there you go. Now let's roll the hero shots. I'll see you guys in the next one. I love you very much. Bye forever.